Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Sorry. Let me just get myself organized here. Share. Okay. We should be in good shape. How's everybody doing? Somebody give me a sound check. Give me mic check, screen check. Everything is good. Good to see you guys. Talk to me. Everything is good. Give me a yes, yes, yes. Everybody watching me, we're going to start the stream in just a little bit. Lots of really cool stuff to show you. Those of you guys who were in my coaching yesterday, we had some really, really cool stuff. Let me put up the coaching link over here for you guys. And let me put up the Apex link because Apex is back to 80% off. We're going to talk a little bit about what I think is the best prop product. And it's not the $250,000, which has been a bane of my existence. We'll talk a little bit about, risk rewards and everything else and all those things. And otherwise, everything is, really, really cool. I haven't had a chance to trade this morning because I've been a little bit busy, but we're definitely going to get some setups coming our way that are going to make it super easy. So good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me do where's everybody in the room here? All right, people are still just coming in. Let me do a little bit of a tweet. Make sure everybody gets out here. Just bear with me a second here, guys. Ask me any questions you have. Let me know how you guys are trading. Oh, you know what? Let's do first poll of the day is a very, very basic poll. Just for today. Today, I'm actually curious. Up, down. Just on a day today. Just curious how you guys are doing today. Give me an answer. All right, hang tight. Just one more second. I want to do this. Share X. Let's get out there. Post. All right. Looking good. See what's going on in Twitter land. Markets are a little bit negative today. Not a surprise. I was looking for a retrace anyways. Even gold is down a little bit. Nasdaq is here. S&P here. Both of them are under the trend, right? This is the major trend. This is the short-term trend. They're both a little bit under trend now, but we're waiting for the market to open. Let's see if there's a pop. Let's take a look at gold. Actually, gold is significantly under trend and pulling away hard. As it corrects off that 60 level. Why is gold down? Yields are up a lot. Look at a 10-year. Holy shit. 10 years up to 424. I posted a tweet yesterday that everybody seemed to like. Let me show this to you because this was really, really funny. I thought it was kind of funny. It's not really, really funny, but when people ask me why gold is up, and I took the Simpsons meme, because that's really what's happening. I cannot tell you. I mean, nobody is sort of less of a hard money person than I am, but even I am starting to freak out at the amount of debt we're piling on. Not the amount of debt, but just the pace. It's really, really insane. And obviously, honestly, I don't wish whoever wins the election, I think it's going to be a disaster for them trying to manage the fiscal problem. So, gold is responding to the fact that we are looking at essentially a bond strike where investors aren't going to be able to capture bonds. It means, the Fed is going to have to monetize a lot of this debt on their books. It's going to be interesting, and there probably will have to be some fiscal austerity. I mean, I know people have been saying this forever, but we're getting to a point where it's kind of really, really insane. Oops, I actually have a trade here that I missed. Sorry, I was a little bit busy dealing with other stuff. And I actually I'm watching a gold trade where I may have a possible gold trade. Let me just get myself organized into let's do this account. And I'll try to explain to you my trade setups in just a minute as everybody kind of gets organized on the setup. Let me see. There's no gold setup here. This was a nice clean Nasdaq trade that I just missed a little bit here, but it's fine. There'll be more opportunities here. Okay, gold may be setting up for us. Let me just kind of walk you through why gold would be a setup trade. We're looking for what I call a double tap. A double tap setup works both on the reversal side and the continuity side. The continuity triangles are the red triangles. Those are the shorts. The reversals are the blacks. So what's happening now is we get two consecutive black triangles. In this case, this is the second one in a row. 24 seconds left. So I'm obviously watching this as a potential here. And it's got to show up. So it's now it's flirting with yes, no, yes, no. We're trying to turn. 8, 9, 7 seconds. I'm holding until the candle closes before I commit to this trade. Okay, long this trade. Let's get ourselves into the trade. Come on, where's my other? What is this? Oh, you know what? Hang on, let me get rid of this. Let me see if I can do this again. Okay, and that would be into this account, the 53 account, right? There we go. All right, so I'm in the. Oh, okay, and to show you, this was the double tap trade. I got long over here at 50 and got out at 51. So let me know if you guys have any questions about what I call the double tap trade, which is, and hang on, let me make sure I got you guys. I'm all over the place here today. This is coming out of my proprietary indicator called BFF Scalper. Stands for B effing focused, because the indicator helps you do one thing and one thing only: focus on highest probability scalp trades that you can take. As you can see, the thing does quite well. So there is a very specific setup, both on the reversal side and on the continuity side, that I like to do, and I call it the double tap. The double tap setup, if you're looking, for example, at NASDAQ over here as a potential, requires you to have, let's do this, 2 consecutive red candles, right? Red triangles. This is for a continuity trade. If I have 1, 2, there's no blacks in between. There's nothing in between. It tells me that there is momentum in the trade, that there is continuity in the trade, and then I will take this to the short side. And generally, the trade that I take is 20-point stop, 10-point target. So if you came in here, that'd be 50 with a stop at 70, right? And a target of 40, which, obviously it makes. But I also like to trade them with a 5-10. In this particular case, I'm not sure if I would have, this is 50. I would have survived the stop, and I would have still made the 5-10. I like to trade them really, really short. This is my own personal structure, but for those of you who want to trade with a little bit more of length, this is definitely the great setup. So that is the double tap setup. Now, how does it work on the reverse side? Let's go to the gold trade, which is what I just did right now. Can I do this right over here? Oh, no, I can't. Okay, so let's go to the gold trade over here, and I'll show you. So on the gold trade, we have 1 black, right? First black, second black. That tells me that, and there's no green, there's no reds in between. That tells me that the reversal pattern may be bottoming out. There's enough momentum here for me to believe that the reversal is worth taking a trade. And so then I take the trade over here, right? Like this, and I'm done. Okay. Now, I know there's going to be a ton of follow-up questions as to what I should be doing here. What if there is a 3rd black and a 4th black and a 5th black? And the answer is no, 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 no. You need 2 blacks and a red, or 2 blacks and a green. In other words, you need a selling signal to interrupt the reversal signals, and then a reformation of reversals before you can take it. Now, it doesn't mean that the 3rd black isn't going to work or the 4th black isn't going to work. That's not the issue. What we're looking for is not every possible trade that shows up. We're looking for the highest possible pattern, highest possible probability pattern that works 6 out of 7 times. Okay, I'm trading with a 1-2 risk-reward ratio, targeting 6 out of 7 wins. All right. 5 out of 6 wins would be okay. Even 6 wins and 2 losses would be okay. Okay, which sometimes happens. But ideally, in a perfect world, I really want to be targeting 5 wins, 1 loss, 5-1, 6-1 type of ratios, because obviously that's where I'm going to be able to make very, very consistent P&L. That's how I grow my accounts. So to do that, I want to be very, very selective on just the double taps, one way, just double taps this way. Now, you're looking at NASDAQ over here, right? So yes, this is the first one that worked. Now you have a black interrupt. So for example, if you have a second red triangle here, the second double tap, very legitimate. You can take it. Not a, not a very much a pattern. So this hopefully helps explain to you how I do my trades in terms of double taps, which is 2 consecutive blacks, 2 consecutive reds, 2 consecutive greens, depending on whether I'm trading the reversal formation or I'm trading a continuation formation. The beautiful thing about my setup is it can trade both ways. 007 says double tap rule is easy to follow and more importantly keeps you from doing stupid things. That's really what it's designed for. It's just designed to keep you from doing stupid things, which God knows I certainly am capable of doing. Right. All right. Let's take a look at the S&P. My favorite little instrument here. Okay. So here is a setup in the S&P right now that's setting up that I actually probably missed already. If I took this 69. Yeah, I missed it already. So I'm not going to, we're going to just let it go. So this is the second variant of a setup. And this is not as accurate. This is more, I would say, like in the level of like, if I'm lucky, 3 to 1, sometimes maybe even like, 5 and 2 in terms of risk rewards. But I also love it. And what it does is it also creates a lot more trades for you if you want to wait for more trades, especially within trend, because this is a trend-only setup. And the function of this setup is really, really interesting. What we're looking for is we're always going to be trading towards trend. That means we're always going to be doing red trades underneath the moving average and green trades above. And the sequence is super, super simple. What you're looking for is a black reversal followed by a red. If I have black to red, this is a great sell, right? If I had a black to red over here, this was a pretty good sell. What are we doing? Opening up. Market is opening up, trying to do its damnedest to get up to trend. And you can see the sequence over here: black to red all the time, right? Now, as I said, it doesn't work as accurately, but it does work quite a lot of times really, really well. So if I'm trading this, for example, if I'm trading black to red, in my own format, it'd be with 1 to 2. I would actually have gotten stopped out on this one. I would have been short 71.50. Maybe I would have survived it. It's 73.25 at a 2-point stop on here with a 70.50 target, right? So maybe I would have barely survived it, but eventually went down to 70.50 target. Now I have a black to red. I'm short again, 71 target, stop at 73, survive the 73, and then go to 70. Boom, done. And then the final black to red was right over here. I was saying, there may be a setup right over here. So this is a black to red. I would have been short 69.25. It just came into 68.25, to have done that. So what that does is, you can see obviously there's like 3 trades here, while there was only 1 trade in the last hour on a double tap. You obviously have a lot more. So here's, for example, we have NASDAQ right now setting up, and same thing with S&P. So we're going to get ourselves ready for S&P because that's my favorite setup. If it holds, if this red thing holds, because it's a black to red, 21 seconds left, lots of volatility. So, I could totally I'm trading very, very tight with a 1-2 stop. Oops, it's not even showing up. Look at that. See, it's not even showing up. The NASDAQ is still showing a black to red, but the S&P isn't. All right, I went short NASDAQ just to try it because lots of volatility is probably going to stop me out on this one. Because lots and lots of too much vol on this thing. But let's see, maybe we can get this done. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this done. Let's see. All right, you know what? Okay, I'm closing. I closed this out a little bit early just because too much volatility, just to take my profit. But here, I'm getting a true black to red in the S&P. 19 seconds left. I'm definitely going to take this one if it holds, because this is the second wave here. 11, 12, 9 seconds. Definitely holding until I get the move here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sell. All right. I sold 68. I might eat it. No, I'm eating it. I'm eating it on the trade. No problem. We ate the setup. If it comes up again, we'll do it again in a little bit larger size. This is market open. There's going to be a ton of volatility coming in here on the retrace mode. So using a 1-2 stop was definitely very, very problematic. I am, however, again getting a black candle over here, right? So if this holds as a black triangle candle, comes back up, gives me another red one, I'll come back again. Market open is always going to be the least probabilistic trade because there's going to be so much retrace. In other words, here, like you can see, I took my profit on NASDAQ, but you can see that, if I didn't have a huge amount of leeway, which I just don't like to give myself a lot of leeway, I could have been stopped out, and I could have been right on the trade and still stopped out, which is essentially what happened on the S&P here. But that's my own personal style, like the style that I recommend. Let me put up the rules for a second. You guys can see the rules. Here's the rules. Here, the true rules, the general guideline, the suggested rules of how you want to be trading this on the open. But for me, I use half those, with the exception of gold and YM, which is where I do use one stop, those same rules. For ES and NQ, I actually use shorter versions, 1 to 2 and 5 to 10 for my own personal thing, because I like to make quick profits, and I like to have very small stop outs. All right, so here we go. Let's see, this S&P set up for me again. Am I going to get a black to red again, or are we starting to show a semblance of a reversal pattern? We'll see. Let me get rid of all. I'm going to get rid of the drawings and get rid of the executions, so that you guys aren't distracted by this, right? You're waiting to buy NASDAQ due to RSI divergence? Yeah, but the beautiful thing is that with the black, if you get two double blacks, you get a double tap here. That's the same thing. You're gonna get effectively divergence without having to rely on indicators, because it's going to show you the same sort of condition in many ways. All right, still watching the S&P here. Interesting. Not getting a red on the S&P here, because it doesn't look like this is a higher red. I am getting a red on NASDAQ, 42 seconds left, which I'm absolutely interested in. This is a black to red transition if it holds. We'll see. It's, what is it? 5 minutes into the trade, so the markets may be trading back up to go trend positive. We'll see. You know what I'm going to do now that I have my other screen? I'm actually going to keep gold on the other screen so I can really keep an eye on what's going on in gold for you guys as well. That's going to make it a lot easier for me to follow ideas. Gold, by the way, gold gave us, this, now that I'm looking at it on the other side, I'll be looking at it as well. Look, gold gave us a beautiful black to red trade here. You see this black to red? That would have been a nice clean move right over here for us. So, just like I said, there's so many great trade opportunities when you're scalping away, as long as you have the indicator and you've focused on the trades, focused on the setup. Trade the setup, and you can get it. This is the link to the indicator if you guys want to get it. I put it up there, and we'll talk about. We'll talk a little bit about the best prop idea. Okay, getting a black to red move over here. 12 seconds left in the S&P. Let's see if we can play this game here. Tick 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see if this is going to trade for me. All right, I'm short. All right, short Nasdaq. Again, I'm trading a very very tight stop, and that in the beginning in the market opens, that could totally retrace me out, which might very very well do. We'll see, because Nasdaq is notorious, of course, for retracing out. Let's see, lots of vol. Man. Yeah. Nasdaq takes me out. Perfectly okay. I'm doing trades with you guys on market open, which is the worst time to do these kind of trades. But I want to show you the setups, and these are tiny little losses for me. I'll make them back on the move here. Okay, I have a double. Now this is a beautiful thing. I have a double tap on S&P, which is by far my most favorite product. So here, if this holds, this has got to hold. I'm definitely going to go long this thing if it holds. But now it's disappearing. Let's see what happens. Let's focus on Nasdaq for a second. I'm going to wait till this thing completes. Okay. I mean, sorry, that was super fast. Let me show you this trade. I went in. This is the key thing. You have to commit once you get it. So you see 75, 71.5, Nasdaq works perfectly, right? Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm trading for 1. You can be trading 2, 4, which is, you'd be trading for 2 points. You'd still be in the trade. One of the reasons why I'm trading for 1 also is because on the market open, it's very, very jittery. Like, all of these trades are optimally made for trading after 10 o'clock. But we have the market open. We have lots of vol coming in here. This is, by the way, this is a black to red sequence again, possibly, if this thing stays short. I need a red triangle here. You see there's no red triangle showing up, meaning that it's not really a short yet. So we'll see. Does it stay red? No, no signal here, but may have worked. Anyways, you see the double. You see how much more, by the way, probabilistic the double tap is in terms of being accurate, right? Both of the double taps work perfectly. The black to reds only worked once. The rest of the time they stopped me out on the retraces. Let me get rid of the executions. I take away the executions, and then when you guys need to see them, unfortunately, they're not there, but they go super fast. Let me see if I have any questions here. Yeah, I'm saying that for my own personal stops and targets, I'm using 1 to 2 because I like them short. The beautiful thing about the strategies and the beautiful thing about the indicators, you can make them any way you want. There are people that sometimes trade this with a 5-10 for like a swing concept. It all depends on what kind of personality and structure you like to do. The important part is to interpret the signals properly. This was a 1-2 double tap. I took it, boom, 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 got done very, very quickly. If you were trading this for perhaps a longer swing trade, you might be trading this with like a 2-4 or maybe even a 4-8 type of thing, thinking that this is possibly the bottom. Now, if it is not the bottom, you're gonna get stopped, but you will catch a really, really good bottom for like a much larger trade sometime during the day, because this is one of those things that absolutely picks up great reversal bottoms by showing you when you get the double tap signal underneath the moving average or above it. Usually it's like once or twice a day, maybe 11 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe around 2 p.m., that you'll get a bottoming or a topping formation out of this thing for multiple points. And you can trade those as well. It's just, I trade them on a very scalp basis because that's what I like to do. And also because the scalp strategies are optimal for prop trading, because the way prop firms have set everything up, let's say you're trading something for like 30, 40 points. You obviously have to give it a lot of room to go up and back, up and back, up and back. But because they're using trailing equity against you, every time it goes off peak potential profit, comes back down, your margin stop loss gets constantly pushed up, which is why scalping is the perfect strategy for propping, because you're taking the utmost profit you can in any given space, and you never have your margin moving up dynamically against you. It's always staying at the same. That's why I never have problems with dynamic margin by trading it this way. But it does require more trades and more moves. Your BFF is not showing black triangles because it's not in reversal mode. In order to get the BFF properly done, you have to place it twice on the same chart. One of them is going to be in continuity mode. The second one will be in reversal mode. Once you do that, you'll see the black triangles on the chart. Double tap to buy. It's a buy if it's a reversal. Like right now, this is actually triple tap, so there's no trade here. Yes, so it can be a sell if you get two consecutive reds in a trend, then it's a sell, and it's a buy if you get two consecutive blacks. It's bi-directional. The signal, is not trend sensitive. It's momentum sensitive. So if you have strong momentum on trend side, you take the trend trade. If you have strong momentum on a reversal side, you take the reversal trade. Okay, does that make sense? And a red to black or a green to black transition is basically the resumption of trend. It's a continuation of the trend trade. Okay. I'm watching gold out of the corner of my eye. No setups in gold right now. No setups anywhere right now because none of the trades are giving us anything right now. It wasn't a loss for me because I took a 1-2. That's what I'm saying to you. It all depends on how your settings are. You see how I took a 70, 70.1 and 70. I do very quick 1-2 moves at the beginning of the day. As I said to you, this is not a time to kind of like the real trades are going to occur probably after 10 o'clock, because it's the same thing as yesterday. We're just in churn. I mean, how many times do we see this pattern? 9:15 to 10:15, generally, almost always, is an endless churn and whip around price action. And only after 10:15, 10:30 do we start to get a semblance of some move. That's when you want to do those big stops, big targets. So now I'm just doing very, very small stops, targets to give myself, quick potential for resolution. No, I don't need to integrate volume. Volume is a complete waste of time. I'm a huge non-believer in volume. You don't get paid on volume. You get paid on price. Whether something moves 20 points on 2 contracts or 2,000, the profit you're going to make is going to be on price, not on how much volume. Volume gives you no clue. Volume is always a lagging indicator. When there's lots and lots of volume, the price has already moved. It's going to be expressed in price. Somebody wants to buy $1 billion of S&P, this thing is going to go up 30, 40 points as a direct result of that volume. So all volume has told you is like, oh, wow, there was a lot of volume and the price moved. So I'm not a volume fan. I don't think volume informs anybody for anything, right? So still, we're still just turning around, thinking around. I'm doing no trades here. Oh, let's go to gold. Gold. So gold, I'll go for a second, had a black to red, so didn't quite. So now we might get a red to black move here. Red to black meaning that it's a continuity trade to the downside, right? Like over here, you had a black triangle and a red triangle really created a further downside movement on the trade. Right now, no setup. So we'll go back to the S&P. Is everybody clear on the basic ideas? Look at you guys. A lot of you guys, 3/4 of you guys are up today. That's really good. Very good. Yeah, very, very good. I am one of those 72% today, but I really haven't been trading much because I'm just very, very busy with other stuff. So just looking for setups here, guys. A little quiet in the morning. Any news today? Let's see if we have any. I don't think. BOC did move the rate decision as forecast 50 basis points down. That's no surprise. Doesn't really affect us. We have a whole bunch of Fed speak. I think the biggest story that people are only starting to pay attention to, black to red in NASDAQ. Okay, let's give it one more time, one more try here if this thing holds. On black to red in the S&P too. Let me see what's holding here. Okay, we're going to do S&P because that's my favorite trade. All right, short in both. And both of them get done. You saw that? Short in both of them got done. Now on a very, very quick moves, let me show you the settings. Here's the execution. I was doing 5/10s. I was doing 1/2s. Again, I think that when you're doing market open in these kind of choppy markets, unless you're doing really, really quick trades, the retrace, the long stop, long target is good for long, languid, continuous markets. The short stop, short target is very good for, choppy, quick markets, right? Just boom, 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 right? In, out. So, when markets are basically in a 20-point range or 2-point range, whatever, you're just, unless you're doing ultra big stops, ultra big targets because you're in some longer term time frame, you see how you have to adjust to the to the volatility. Like, of course, everybody would love to make 10 points out of a trade. You will never make 10 points out of this trade in any kind of a directional move because there's no direction here. So all you can do is make 1 point in an ultra fast move. The great thing about my setups is that they help you do that. They help you do that really nicely. All right, is that clear? Everybody feeling me here? The black label is a reverse label. This is telling you there's a potential for a reverse in the product. The red label is a continuity label. It's a 1 minute chart. I'm actually, by the way, I have not. I think we talked about this, but I think I forgot to tell you. I'm just curious for shits and giggles. The 5 minute signals. Just oops. So this is like this might be really interesting. Let's just go back to yesterday. All right. So this is the 5 minute chart. Obviously, far fewer signals. Far fewer signals. But what's cool about this is those of you guys who may not want the hyperactive 1 minute signals. So let's just kind of orient ourselves. How many signals are there really? You talk about, let's say, pit hours 9 to 12. We're basically getting effectively one red to black. This is black to red. One signal in an hour. Another good signal here, which would have worked. And obviously, on the 5 minute charts, you could certainly trade this with a 4-2. I would definitely trade this with a $100 target, $200 stop. Very, very easily doable. Winner. Looking for. Here's a double tap continuity. Green, another winner, right? So it's like you're basically getting like 3 trades in a day. Very, very languid, very smooth. You're not hyper actively trading. You can certainly do this on a 5 minute chart if you wanted to, versus me constantly working the 1 minute chart. But the flip side is I think the ratio is probably like 3x to 4x the amount of trades that you would generate on a 1 minute chart versus the amount of trades you would generate on a 5 minute chart. So sort of, I think the right ratio is, if you're going to make 10 trades on a 1 minute chart, you probably make 3 trades on a 5 minute chart during the day, right? That's kind of like a nice, Grigoriev, you were asking me sizing stuff, and I'm actually going to talk a lot about that in just a minute. I just kind of want to let see if I get any more setups over here. Not so much. Everything is really, really quiet. Just looking around here to see if I have any more setups in gold or anything else. Oh, do I have oh no, I thought I had a double tap, but I actually, by the way, this particular trade in the S&P, because it was sort of very, very fast. It actually, you see this, it was not a red triangle, because I think the high here was a little bit too high, so it didn't quite show up as a red triangle. So therefore, I took a trade I got lucky a little bit on the trade. I took this trade as a continuity trade, even though it wasn't quite the black to red trade that I wanted. We're looking here, basically try to move our way back up to trend if we can, or if we're going to start dying and start really selling off hard. I mean, we're down 52 basis points in NAS, 35 basis points in S&P. Yields continue to go up. They're not really giving any latitude to this. So it's just looking for a black, for another continuity scalp trade here if this goes red, but so far not much. I mean, markets are just dead, and the best thing to do right now is not to do anything, which is what we're doing. We're just watching the markets. So I want to talk about, I don't want to talk about sizing yet, because I think sizing is very, very personal. I mean, sort of a good rule of thumb is if you're scalping, right? Let's say you're going to make 10 trades a day. You don't want the stop loss to be bigger than 10 basis points. So just for argument's sake, if you make 10 losses in a day, you lose only 1%. That's for your own personal account. That's no way I would size that for a prop account where it doesn't really matter. You want to go much larger. Maybe, on a prop account, you first of all, if you're 10 negative trades in a row in a prop account, you're going to blow it up anyways. So it doesn't really much matter. On a personal account, you just want to create the most conservative setup that you can. So if you're asking me for your personal account, 10 basis points risk on a scalp. Maybe if you get aggressive, 20 basis points risk. So that five consecutive losers in a row only loses 1%. That's if you're super conservative. Or if you're not, if you don't give a shit, you can make it 1%. And then, 5 consecutive, you could lose 5% of your account, but at the same time, you might be able to make 2 or 3% on your account in a day. It's all, it all depends on your risk reward ratios for that. And that's very, very individual. But what I want to talk about a little bit, I'm just watching trades here, guys. I'm just watching trades, so I don't want to lose trades. So if this goes red on S&P, we're going to go black to red on the S&P. If I get the setup, but I'm not getting the setup. Man, Jesus, so quiet. Oh, damn it. And I missed the gold trade again. Gold is really what we should be watching right now. Markets are just dead. Okay, S&P possibly give me a red. 3, 4. Nope. I'm going to let it complete. All right, I'm short, targeting 69. 70 short, targeting 69. We'll see if this gives me any flow, or whether this kind of retraces me back out. I mean, it's total chop. So you take it. Yeah, it looks like it's going to chop me out. Just nothing. Oh, and we get done. So starting to maybe sell off a little bit. By the way, you see how you need to give yourself that room, because it's always going to retrace against you. So I give myself a reasonable amount of room. If it's going to retrace against me, fine. If it wasn't, it didn't. S&P remains my favorite trade to do, precisely because of this. But the exact same pattern, the black to red, was actually right here in gold. Gold is clearly establishing this is gold. Gold is definitely down on the day. It's definitely having a little bit of a retrace moment. So gold had 2 great black to red trades. Black to red over here would have been a winner, and a black to red over here, you would have been 51.9, 50.9 would have been easy $100 over here, right? So this is a $100, $200 trade that I'm basically making continuously on these trades. Everybody sees this. Everybody sees how clean and clear this trade would have been. Winner. And this obviously was a winner, right? And now we're starting to chop back up and try to figure this out. And you see how in very, very choppy markets, you gotta keep your targets very tight if you want to succeed. Because it's all gonna just retrace, reverse, stop you out, come back down again. Stop you out, come back down again. It's a pinball machine. You're just trying to stay inside the pinball, the volatility of the pinball game, and bank money while it hits, while everybody else hits their head on the top or hits their head on the bottom against the moves. Is there a reason I didn't take a double black on the S&P before? Why did I not take it? When did we take it? Wasn't there a double black? Hold on a second. What do we do on the S&P? I think we did. Hang on. Let me see what's on my executions. We did take it. Here, let me get it a little bit bigger. We did take it. I always do so many trades, I forget. So here's a red. Here's one black. Here's two blacks. This is a double black. I took it for 1 point over here at 70.75, right? So that's it. That's the blacks that I took. The next one I ignore. After the first, if the first two are done, I'm not trading anymore until I get a new sequence. I'd have to have a red and then a double black in order to trade that. All right. So that precisely for that reason, because yes, maybe it's a reversal, but it's just, you're looking for that super high probability trade. As I said, a double black trade or a double tap trade in a perfect world should be a 6-1 trade where you just only lose once out of 6 times. So but to do that, you got to be super selective and disciplined to the trade. The indicator only works for TradingView. Correct. Why? What platform were you guys looking for? Oh, speaking of which, let's do a new poll. Let's do a new poll. Actually, this is really interesting. I'm going to start a poll about platform. My favorite platform is, we're going to do this, MT45 TradingView, Ninja, and then other. I'm just curious if people are doing something else. Let me know. I'm really interested, guys, in what you guys are trading, one way or the other. So okay, what time is it? Oh, what a surprise! 10:05, and the choppiness starting to expand a little bit. Maybe we're starting to get a sense of trend direction. I'm going to go NASDAQ over here, S&P over here. I'm going to clean up everything. I'm going to get rid of all the markers here so that we just have clean charts. And what a surprise. Yes. And so for those of you who are like, oh, Boris, look, you could have taken this and it could have been like, 80 points or 20 points or whatever the fuck it is. You're absolutely right. If you want to use this setup for low probability, high reward trades. So let's say you're trading this with a 2 stop and a 4 target, right? So here you would have been stopped out, black to red. Here, you probably would have made it 70. Yeah, you would have made it. You would have made it. So you can absolutely trade this on a short stop, long target, low probability. I want to try to win 50% of the time trade. Absolutely. You could have done that all the time. Of course, if you get a super choppy environment, you can come up against a very, very ugly, like let's say this chop continued for another hour. You would have had 1 stop out, 2 stop out, 3 stop outs before eventually you got a directional move that played out. So absolutely, you can do it lots of different ways. Okay, that's the beauty of the indicator. That's the beauty of the indicator. Now we're finally starting to show the true colors in the market, right? And you can see how cool the indicator is in giving you a clue. I mean, if you were like sort of 20-40 in NASDAQ, let's say I'm going to risk 20 to make 40 because I'm looking for a big directional trade. I'm not sure, probably not. No, you wouldn't have survived this. This really sucks. Now, this is why NASDAQ is such a tough trade. If you were 21, you'd been stopped out here, we've been stopped out here. Unfortunately, the runaway move didn't give you the signal. And that's always, that's when you're trading when you're trading strategies where you have lots and lots of payout and very, very small risk, there's two issues I have with those strategies. One is that you're going to bleed a lot, that's fine. But the other much more toxic issue is if you miss the one true move, you miss the payout. That's the hard part, So you always hear guys go, "Oh, I had a 10x trade." That's because they were lucky and caught that one true move. But if they missed that one true move, they were out of the trade. So I like to trade high probability strategies with very tight risk, and just try to make it up in accuracy, but I can't make up in profit. Do we take the double reds or the double greens? Yes, we do when we have them. As you see, we don't have them. It's a very, very gappy tooth market right now with lots of reversal signals interrupting trend signals. So there's no true continuity. There hasn't been a double tap red signal since 832 NASDAQ, when the first double tap red signal here, and that was a really good one. Again, this would have been let's say you were a high payout trader. You could have done this with like a 2-4 or even a 2-6 payout, and you certainly would have gotten paid out on this. But you would have also probably had lots of false signals along the way. I think it's totally viable to trade any way you like, as long as you understand the upsides and as long as you understand the trade-offs of every approach, right? Every approach has trade-offs. You have to make those. You have to be realistic about those trade-offs, and then you have to make those trade-offs work for you in a reasonable manner. So to recap, let me see. Do I have anything here? No, I have nothing going on. So while the markets are kind of trying to figure out what they want to do, let's recap my S&P trades. Okay, here's my S&P trades. We had a double tap black that worked. We had a red to black move, a continuity move, black to red, that got me stopped out. And then we had a black to red move that won. And then we had another black to red move that won. So I need a when I have the double triangles, I call that double tap. By the way, I do have this. Is a double. No, it's not a double tap because it's a red here. This would be the first triangle. And by the way, if this goes red, this is a red to black move again. I need somebody give me a title. Somebody who's got a creative mindset. Give me a good descriptive title. What we should be calling the red to black or the green to black. The back to trend move. The back to trend move. We'll call that back to trend move. So back to trend move worked twice. Did not work once because of volatility. The double tap trade worked perfectly when we had it. So that was NASDAQ. Well, I think I could just give you an S&P. And NASDAQ, to recap the story here, the back to trend move did work. I took it out a little bit quickly. The second one retraced me out. The third one worked. Okay, so that was the story on NASDAQ. And of course, in gold, the double tap worked beautifully. And then there was a couple of more gold trades which I completely missed because I wasn't following gold that I should have been following gold. There's actually another one. Look at this. Another one that I'm missing. I missed all the good trades today are in gold. I'm just not watching it, unfortunately. I really should start paying more attention to gold. But you guys can. And the point being is that none of this, the beautiful thing is that all of this is going to exist forever. And the setups are there not just every day, but literally every minute of the day. You have you're going to have 15 opportunities in each one of these instruments every single day to make intelligent trade entries. Oh, shit. Oh, guys, sorry. Look at me. I'm sorry, guys. There was a double tap here in NASDAQ, which I also forgot. I'm sorry. I'm trying to explain a million different things here, and I'm missing some setups. But that's okay. As I said, there are two reasons why I'm missing these setups, and I'll tell you. So the first reason is because I'm just all over the place trying to teach the setup, right? That's acceptable. But the other reason, the really true psychological reason, is because my favorite instrument is the S&P. So I'm always watching the S&P, and I'm always like the favorite child. I'm always favoring the favorite child, and I'm looking at these ugly stepchildren of NASDAQ and a little bit of gold as not as focused. And that's kind of the second component of trading that I think needs to be very much appreciated is you have this logical intelligence setup. You have a beautiful tool that helps you isolate it. But the third component is just focus. And focus is very much a personal thing. I'm perfectly okay just trading NASDAQ, right? Trading S&P. I trade NASDAQ and gold really for your amusement, like Gladiator. I am like Gladiator. Do I amuse you? I hope I do. But in my own private world, I'm trading S&P first, and then if I see a setup in NASDAQ, maybe I'll take it as an add-on. Oops. So we have now, by the way, a back to trend possibility in NASDAQ. Watching this right now. 21 seconds left here. Really, at the lows of the day today, this is one of those trades that could easily be a sell into the bottom. As I said, back to trend trades are less. It's not going to show up anyways, so it's not done. And maybe in the next setup we'll see. But the point is that you just like you favor your favorite student, your favorite children, you're going to favor your favorite instrument. You need to understand your own psychological biases. So I'm clearly, part of the reasons why you see me, I never miss a trade in the S&P, but I'll often miss a trade in gold and NASDAQ because I'm just not paying as much attention to them. So just letting you guys know, it's just my own personal bias. Those are people in my room who trade only NASDAQ who are probably killing it right now. Anybody take the double tap on NASDAQ? Anybody take that trade or no? All right, now I'm getting I'm still nothing. Still no real trade. Yeah, so I'm watching the back to trend trade in S&P. 5 seconds left here. Let's see if this holds. Okay, short. We are short 63.50. 62.50 is the target. Let's see if we get any continuity on this. I'm also watching NASDAQ, which may be having a back to trend trade as well. We'll see, because you see the black to red in NASDAQ as well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. All right, short NASDAQ also. Target is going to be 380.25, I believe, right? NASDAQ may retrace against me. It's it's notorious for retracing. As I said, NASDAQ is not my trade, but I'm doing it for you. I'm showing you the setup, and this is not the best probability setup. This is just my trend scalp setup, but it shows up a lot. It's worth taking. Maybe worth taking at smaller sizes than the other one. And NASDAQ is gonna retrace my ass. Probably we'll see. I'm using a very, very tight stop here of 10. So NASDAQ can go 10 in 1 second here. NASDAQ is going to go against me, I think. I'm going to be eating this trade. We'll see. And the other funny thing is, just like if you have a favorite child, you will forgive them a lot of stuff. Like, if I get stopped out in S&P, I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'll take, I'll make it back on the next one. Every time I get stopped out, it's like, fuck you, you piece of shit. I hate you. I never want to trade you. You're the worst thing that ever happened in my life. It's like, you see a NASDAQ, see the S&P gets done. You see my favorite child gets done, and this piece of shit is still floating me. It's just super funny how we anthropomorphize our own personal biases, and just using myself as a template of how things work. And so basically, what happens now is I'm just going to get the fuck out of here. Oh, it got done. Okay, look at this. It finally got me done. So useless as it was, it actually got me done. And we had some good. These all turned out to be pretty decent trades. But it's just funny when I listen to my own internal dialogue at how your own biases very much shape and inform your own decision. There was no double tap in NASDAQ. There was just a black to red. This is a back to trend trade in NASDAQ. There was no double taps. Just want to make sure, Carolyn, that you're getting the right thing. Okay, let's take a look at the platform poll. Meta and Trading View. Oh, yeah, not a surprise. So those of you who are asking me about, you're asking a little bit of Ninja. You know what, guys? So I'm just thinking about this. I can't promise you this, but I'm pretty confident maybe in a month or so. I'm going to, by the way, I'm going to Melbourne next week, just to let you guys know. No trading tomorrow because I got to be ready for Melbourne, and I'm kind of really feeling under the weather. Next week, I'm not going to be trading because I'm going to be in Melbourne, so there'll be no live trading. It's going to be impossible to do it out of Australia. But we will be, broadcasting on YouTube. Catch our channels. Take a look at what we're doing. So just letting you guys know, I'll post it up, as Gone Fishing next week. But what I want to tell you, I was thinking that so many of you trading MetaTrader, which means you're probably trading CFDs. You can trade NASDAQ on CFDs. And by the way, the grade replacement for S&P when you're trading CFDs is the US 30. If I was trading a CFD prop account, I would definitely be trading the US 30 as my substitute for NASDAQ. And the same idea, same concepts works just as well. But I may be able to create this indicator, the BFF indicator for MetaTrader. It's not as pretty, but it'll still give you the triangles and the stops. So just thinking about that. Anyways, all right, let's end the poll on this. That was interesting. Thank you for that. Everybody remember Apex now. Let's talk a little bit about Apex because I want to talk to you about what I'm doing to my own accounts. Right, I'm trading 250,000. For your amusement and my amusement. And while, by the way, I'm watching this, I'm watching possibly a double tap in NASDAQ. So, Carolyn, there was no double tap in NASDAQ. Oh, sorry. You're absolutely right. I'm the moron. There was a double tap. I missed it. The one that I missed, you're absolutely right. The 82 to 401, that was a beautiful move. Thank you. You're absolutely right. I missed it. You're absolutely right. Watching NASDAQ right now for a possible double tap. By the way, am I the only one that has this favorite child, I hate the rest of the world, psychological biases against instruments? Or do you guys relate to what I was saying about how when you have a favorite instrument, you can forgive it stopping you out, but when you have an instrument you hate, anything that goes against you, you hold it like it's your mortal enemy. Are you guys like that as well? I'm just curious. I find it really amusing at how much psychological prejudice I'm under all the time. Just watching the NAS, have my finger on the trigger here in case NAS gives me a double tap. 31 seconds left. Trying to rally it off the lows here. Not exactly 16, 17 seconds left here. 12 seconds. No trade. All right, we're gonna let it go for a little bit. If it happens, it happens. Cheryl says she can totally relate. Anybody else can relate to the? Yes, ambulance. You're right. 007 is really getting good at figuring out the sirens. Definitely an ambulance. All right, let's take a moment here and talk about where the money is at. What's the intelligent trade? Because I want to talk a little bit about Apex, and this is true to almost all futures funding firms. But of course, Apex is in my opinion the best. I absolutely love them. So many people in my coaching have passed and now getting paid out on Apex. So, as long as you follow my methodology, the payouts, the passing really become a non-issue. But what is an issue, and this is where you absolutely need to understand where the money is at. So we're trading 250, right? There are two incredibly difficult barriers in front of you on this account. One is you got to make $15,000, which is a lot of $1,000 if you're trading small. If you're trading big, you're going to blow it up, because if you're trading big, just 2 trades, 10 contracts on NQ, 20 points against, you're done. 2 trades, you're done, right? One and done. So you either blow up the account on large trades, or you take forever. And by forever, I mean maybe 60 trading days before you can actually reach this target at $100 a pop, right? So it's really fucking hard to get this passed, even though it's very tempting. On the other hand, you take a look at this, and this is only 3. It's 1/5. 1/5. If you're doing $100 trades, that's 30 winning trades. Just in scalping with me alone today, guys, I made 5 probably, right? Just in the hour that we're together. So it's 5 an hour. I need to make 30. That's 6 hours. Let's make it, let's degrade it completely. Let's make it 3, triple that. It's 18 hours. 18 hours, it's 3 hours a day. It's 1 week. Right? I'm giving you the worst case, where I'm going back and forth and all that stuff at $100 a trade. It takes me a week to fund this account, which is basically been my history of all of this, right? In addition to which, it's a 1 to 2 retrace. And if you're doing $100 trades, you have a $200 drawdown, which means unless you have a terrible market environment, or you just completely go off tilt, you're never going to blow. It's 20. It's what is it? 2,500 against 2. It's 12 consecutive losers in a row. You should never. I'm hoping. I generally never have more than 2 consecutive losers in a row. But let's say you even have 4. You're still never at the threshold. So understand the P&Ls. Understand the ratios, and you'll totally understand. You could even do this. I like the 25s. I've done 25s because 25s is even faster. This is just $1,500 trades, right? $1,500 trades, which is very, very viable to do. And I just wanted to point that out to everybody because, oh, fuck me, we missed the double tap, but it's fine. this is a more important thing. There are 1,000 double taps every single day. I've made already three or four of them with you. But knowing the difference of what account to fund, and now they're $33. They're the most ridiculous discount ever. You buy 10 of them, you inventory them, you maybe trade large with one, trade small with the other, you duplicate themselves. Do a little what do you call it? Trade copier. Just lots of flexibility. It's a million times easier to pass $10,000, $25,000, $25,000 accounts than it is to pass $250,000 account, given the ratios, right? If you pass the prop, how much money do you need to put in yourself? None. That's the whole point, John. It's $33 to buy the 50. It's $85 to activate the actual payout account, and that's it. And that's all the money you ever put up. And then if you start making money and you get the payouts, the money comes to you. So that's the beauty of prop. Your buy-ins are very, very limited. I'm sorry, guys, I missed the. Although this would have been a little vol, right? It's 93 against. Oh no, it would have made the 5. It would have made the 5. So double tap. Anybody take the double tap while I was rap sing Wagzotic? No. So this is only true to futures prop tests because CFD props don't have these little tricks. They're the same whether you make in the CFD world. It's actually the exact opposite. The bigger the account, the better the possibility because it's the same ratios. In the CFD world, it's always like, I think, 10 up, 8 down, which by the way sucks. That's another thing that the great thing about futures is 1 up, 1 down, meaning 5 up, 5 down, or maybe 6 up, 5 down. Whereas in the CFD world, it's always 10 up, 4 down, or 10 up, 5 down. It's always 1 to 2. It's always that $250,000 ratio against you, which is a tough ratio to do. But anyways, that's my takeaway. While when I go away for a week to Australia, for you guys to understand, with Apex, just buy up the 50s and lock them in right now, so we can it's great to buy 5 or 10 of them. $33. It's literally 5 of them is $150. It's have one for dinner, one for lunch, one for breakfast, and you're good to go. Karen is telling me that ES is her hated child. What is that? Who's it? Was it? I forget who used to tell me it was the red-haired stepchild. It was the statement. It was really, really funny. Yeah. Watching. And by the way, the best trade of the day today. Okay, hold up. Let's go to gold. We actually have a gold double tap setting up here. Let's see if this is going to work. So double blacks, 31 seconds left. Let's see if gold is going to do anything for me. I'm going to wait and see if it holds, obviously, but I do have a double tap in gold. Let's see if gold wants to rally on risk a little bit here. All right, long gold 42.4 is the target, 39.5 is the break. Let's see where we go on this. Does gold want to extend a little bit for me? We'll see. It's a big move here on the candle, so it might retrace on me, but worth a shot. I'm going to take gold over here. I'm going to take gold over here at whatever. What did I take it at? Let me just see. Maybe 6, 7, just because it was pretty extended, and yeah. Oh, it is actually. Oh, look at that! I did the full 10. Oh, it did reach out to 10. Nice. So I took the full 10. Nice. So it did, but you could see that it was just ready to come back really, really fast. So I just took, I took it out. But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys really like this. This is the one live where I tell you what I'm going to do. I tell you how I'm going to do it. I do it. You see it, and it works over and over and over again, right? And I hope you find that valuable. So bring all your friends here. I want to, I do this every single week, Monday through Thursday with you guys. I want to see more people in the room. I want more people to learn. I want more people to discover the possibilities of prop trading and have a good time, with all the tool sets that we have. So, I would love to have more people here. I'm going to be gone for a week, but when I come back, bring all your friends, because I hope you guys really, really like the idea of this. Isn't where, I'm looking at a chart for 5 hours and do one quick trade that I never explained to you. I did two trades in gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades in the S&P, and 1, 2, 3, 4 trades in NASDAQ. So 12 trades altogether, and I could have done 13. I just simply was too busy trading it. But yeah, I hope you guys really, really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and I love trading with you guys. Why does this look? Hold on a second. What's going on over here? Is this? Am I just missing the chart here? Short to here. Oh, this was this is really, really fat chart, and this is a skinny chart. I'm like, it's the same chart, right? It is the same chart. Thank you guys. Thank you again for everything. Another great day. Definitely above 500 on the day today. Let me see how much. What do we do on this account today? Where am I? Not 475 on the account today. Not bad. I could have done more, but I missed like 3 trades in gold, and 1 S&P. So we could have been around 675. But anyways, good trading. And I know why, because I was also trading small. If I traded S&P to size, which was 100 instead of 50s, that would have been 500. I forgot to trade the S&P to size, because S&P needs to be 2 contracts instead of 1. Anyways, it was all good. We made the points, we made the money, made the trades, which is most important, because the more trades I show you, the more the trades they work, the better you guys can learn the pattern, the more you can use this. If you want to trade with me, I'm going to put the link over here. If you want to take advantage of the Apex offer, I'm going to put this over there. If you want to take advantage of the Think offer, I'm going to put it over there. So everybody enjoy. I'll see you guys a week from now, beginning of November. In the meantime, safe trading. Everybody have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.